Hello, good evening all. Can you come on cameras? Whoever is joined. Oh, please come on cameras. Whoever is joined. हो 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 चालेल. हे पण लागतं. तुम्हाला बडबडीचा कंटाळा आला तर मला आज होतो. आम्ही 10 वर्षाने की पण घरी येऊ बरं अन्नपूर्णा सगळं 8:30 8:30 ते उकडतो. एक मिनिट आई सांगते. Yes. Am I audible? Please come on cameras.
Yes, ma'am.
Adit Chimbalkar. Yes. Harshad, Tanmay, 2 Atharvas, Reva. Form 779, can you please come with your name? Yes, Harshad, Adit. मग मला उद्या तुम्ही एम प्रकाश मध्ये दिसलात की ओळखायला पाहिजे ना कोण आहे ते. मग मला चेहरा माहिती ना. Come, show me your faces. It's boring to talk to black squares. अथर्व ठाकरे. Yes. तन्मय चौधरी. अथर्व लाटकर, come on your camera. Harish, come on your camera. Advait. Nice fort, but I would love to see your face. हरीश लोकल. अच्छा, आता पुण्याच्या बाहेरचे कोण कोण आहेत? मराठी कोणाकोणाला कळत नाही अजिबात. सगळ्यांना कळताय मराठी? एनीवन हू डज नॉट अंडरस्टँड मराठी? कळतंय ना मराठी बोललेलं? पुण्याच्या बाहेरचे कोण कोण आहात तुम्ही?
मॅम मी हर्षद,
कुठला तू?
सांगली.
सांगली. आणि हरीश?
नांदेड.
नांदेड. ओके. बाकी सगळे पुण्यातले आहेत का? आदित, कम फ्रॉम पुणे. ओके. अथर्व, कुठला आहे तू? अथर्व ठाकरे.
वाशी.
हा, वाशी. अच्छा. Advait, you had come with your face. Again, the fort has come. Fort मस्त आहे रे, पण तुझा चेहरा दाखव मला. Raghav, Prasanna, please come on your cameras. So anyone here? I think Tanmay is joined today itself, na? So you have missed physics sessions physically.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Others all have attended physics sessions. If not all three, at least 2, 1, whatever, na? So
Yes,
how was
ma'am.
your experience? Have you earned, gained, sorry, something out of the sessions? काही फायदा झाला असं वाटतंय का काही विशेष फरक पडला नाही असं वाटतंय? काहीतरी वेगळ्या पद्धतीने अभ्यास करता आता येईल आम्हाला असं वाटतंय का?
हो मॅम.
की आधी आम्हाला जे वाटत होतं अरे सॉरी त्याच्यापेक्षा आता काहीतरी बरं करता येईल असं वाटतंय का?
हो मॅम.
Okay, so we still have about 3 weeks time in hand.
3 वीक्स टाइम कमी आहे का खूप आहे?
खूप आहेत मॅम.
खूप आहे ना, ज्याला करायचंय त्याला ना. 3 वीक्स मध्ये किती डेज झाले? आता आज काय तारीख आहे? 2 तारीख. आपली एक्झाम किती तारखेला आहे?
19.
19 म्हणजे 17 दिवस
19.
आहे ना, 19 आहे ना. म्हणजे 18 पर्यंत म्हणजे 16 दिवस आहेत. 16 दिवसामध्ये किती तास आहेत बरं? पटाक्कन सांगा मला, विदाउट कॅल्क्युलेटर. वही पेन आहे समोर, डोकं आहे.
384 hours.
184
384.
म्हणजे किती मिनिटं झाली?
Twenty-three thousand four hundred.
23,040.
एवढी मिनिटं आहेत आपल्याकडे. खूप मिनिटं आहेत की नाही?
हो मॅम.
मग वेळ कमी आहे का खूप आहे?
खूप आहेत.
भरपूर आहे ना, एवढी मिनिटं आहेत आपल्याकडे. कॅन यू टर्न द टेबल्स इन दीज मेनी मिनिट्स? नाहीच हो करता येईल का?
हो मॅम.
येईल ना. नाव फॉर दिस नाहीच हो किंवा होचा डेफिनेटली हो. आर यू अवेअर ऑफ द लेवल ऑफ कॉम्पिटिशन?
Yes, ma'am.
With the first entrance, I think already 25-26 students are selected. आपण घेतो MPI ला 40 मुलं. म्हणजे आता सिलेक्ट होणार आहेत 15 मुलं. आपल्या बॅच मध्ये आहेत 18 मुलं. म्हणजे आपल्या बॅच मधलीच सगळी मुलं सिलेक्ट नाही होणार आहेत. आणि अजून बाहेरची किती असतील माहिती नाही आपल्याला. 200 असतील, 300 असतील, 500 असतील, वी डोंट नो. की जे आपल्याकडे कोर्स करत नाही. मग आपण कितीही छान अभ्यास केला आणि कितीही मार्क मिळवले तरी आपण सिलेक्ट व्हायचा रेशिओ काय आहे? 15/500 से काइंड ऑफ. 500 पैकी किंवा 200-300 पैकी 15 मुलं सिलेक्ट होणार आहेत. मग त्याच्यात आपण येऊच अशी गॅरंटी आपण देऊ शकतो का? आपण कितीही चांगला अभ्यास केला तरी आपल्यापेक्षा 15 चांगली मुलं असू शकतात की नाही? दुसरा आपल्यापेक्षा किती एक्सलेंट असेल हे नाही आपण सांगू शकत ना. की हाऊ मच एव्हर अनलेस यू स्कोर परफेक्ट, प्रत्येक पेपरमध्ये फुल मार्क मिळवले तुम्ही, तर मग आपल्यापेक्षा वर कोणी नाही. पण अदरवाइज हाऊ मच एव्हर यू स्कोर, इज देअर अ पॉसिबिलिटी दॅट देर आर गोइंग टू बी बेटर परफॉर्मर्स दॅन यू? Because 15 is a very small number if you understand. Na? So let us look at the whole thing very, very realistically. स्वप्न आहे, आम्ही करूच, आम्ही खूप अभ्यास करू, नक्कीच करायचंय खूप अभ्यास. खूप अभ्यास का करायचा? आपल्याला करता येतो तेवढा जास्तीत जास्त अभ्यास का करायचा? की आपल्याला येतो तेवढा जास्तीत जास्त अभ्यास केल्यानंतर जर आपण सिलेक्ट नाही झालो तर आपल्याला वाईट नाही वाटत. जर का असं झालं की तुम्ही थोडासा कमी अटेम्प्ट दिलात, यू गेव 70%, 80% ऑफ युअर कॅपॅसिटी and you lose the seat by 1 question, 2 questions. What is the pattern here? 1 question is 5 marks. So your scores will be in multiples of 5. So you will lose a seat by 1 question, that is 5 marks, 2 questions, that is 10 marks. So if you have not given your 100% attempt and you lose a seat by 5 marks, you will repent for the rest of your life, na? कि अरे यार और थोड़ा सा मेहनत करते तो हो जाता था मेरा. So in spite of knowing that only 15 students are going to get selected out of 500 students, I must give my fullest and more so that even if I don't get selected, I will always have a feeling that I have given my best. All of you agree to this? So everyone promises to give your best and more in the coming days. Show me your thumbs up. How many of you are going to give your best? My best, whatever it is, whatever it is. But I will not leave a chance that I could have done better. You will always be able to say, no, this was maximum what I could have done. I cannot do better than this. Then nobody can say कि क्यों नहीं select. अरे मेरा इतना ही है, मैं इससे ज़्यादा नहीं कर सकता. Agreed? Point number 1. Point number 2. Getting selected in MPI is relevant to how others perform. बाकीची मुलं कशी करतात ह्याच्यावर आणि तुमच्या एका पर्सनल कट ऑफ वरती. The selection process will be the top 15 above a certain cutoff. And if that above a certain cutoff, only 13 students are there, institute will select only 13. Then not top 50. If the cutoff is say 50%. मग 50%च्या वर जर 13च मुलं असतील तर 13च सिलेक्ट होतील. सीट भरण्यासाठी आपल्याकडे एकही मूल घेतलं जात नाही. So you will need a minimum cutoff, but at that cutoff, admission is not guaranteed. If the cutoff said is 50%, and if there are 15 students above 60%, at 50% you are not selected. Are you getting this? So the selection is top 15 students above a certain cutoff, maximum 15 students above a certain cutoff. So how much ever well you score, your guarantee of getting selected is not there. Then what is guaranteed? Is there something, some definite takeaway that nobody can take away from you? काय बरं असं आहे की जे आपल्यापासून कोणी घेऊ शकणार नाही? ऍडमिशन मिळेल की नाही हे इतरांच्या परफॉर्मन्सवर अवलंबून आहे. त्यांनी आपल्यापेक्षा कमी परफॉर्म केलं तर आपल्याला मिळेल, त्यांनी जास्त केलं तर नाही मिळणार. पण नक्की काय आपण घेऊन जाऊ शकतो का आपल्या ह्या प्रोग्राम मधनं? एवढे तुम्ही जॉईन होताय. येस बरं. व्हॉट इज अ डेफिनेट टेक अवे? शो मी युअर फेस डिअर. कम ऑन द कॅमेरा.
Experience.
Experience of what?
What we take away from this class and how a competitive exam works.
And what is another definite takeaway?
ज्ञान.
ज्ञान. आणि पुढचे 16 दिवस आणि किती 23,000 मिनिटं ना, कितीतरी 23,000 किती
40.
23,040 मिनिटं तुम्ही जी काय मेहनत करणार की नाही? सगळे जान की बाजी लगा के मेहनत करेंगे सब लोग. ती जी काय मेहनत करणार आहात तुम्ही, त्याच्यामध्ये तुमच्यामध्ये जी डिसिप्लिन येणार आहे, that I will stay awake at the night, I will get up early in the morning, I need to stay physically fit. एक्झामच्या दिवशी जर मला सर्दी पण झालेली असेल, will it affect your performance? Will you be able to write the paper properly 100%? नाही. सर्दी झाले, नाक भात आहे, डोकं दुखत आहे, पोट दुखत आहे, अनइझीनेस आहे, फीवर आहे. So I can't afford to fall sick next 15 days. If I can't afford to fall sick, how my food should be for the next 15 days? No junk, no nonsense, no excuse I can give myself. Are you getting the points what I'm telling? I need to stay physically fit with proper vigor, so I must do exercise daily. Last moment मी आजारी नाही पडता का मग काही कारण झालं तरी? I have to give every minute of my next 15 days. How will I manage my time? माझा शाळेचा अभ्यास आहे, मी 10वीचा विद्यार्थी आहे, माझी प्रिलिम असेल कदाचित. मग मी फक्त प्रिलिम करणार का फक्त MPI करणार का मी दोन्ही करणार? Will I be able to run on parallel tracks? Can I do this and that with a good time management? की मी प्रॉपर टाइम मॅनेज करीन आणि मी हे पण करीन, मी ते पण करीन. मी अजिबात आजारी पडणार नाही. मी खूप डिसिप्लिन मध्ये राहीन. Are these some qualities which if you inculcate in the next 15 days, will these qualities stay with you? irrespective of whether you get selected or no, are these habits going to stay with you? These are called as winning habits. Correct ways of studying. Prashant sir is telling you how to look at physics, how to look at maths. I may tell you how to look at chemistry. What is the real way of studying? If you go in IIT, you must like the subject. So how to approach a subject that you like it and not do it mechanically just for a degree and a good job and prestige of IIT. No, 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 no. I love maths. I love physics. I love chemistry. If you develop that, will that be with you wherever you go? So is that a definite takeaway? I wish की आपली ही 18च्या 18 मुलं येतील. कडक अभ्यास करून we will be the top 18. Not impossible. 18 is not a very big number. If 15 are going to get selected, another 3 can be pushed in. So all 18 of us may get selected, and I wish that. But if not, the habits that you develop will be your definite takeaway. So you're going to put in these 15 days maximum so that you don't lose by 1 or 2 marks and feel repented. And you're going to develop some very good winning habits which will stay with you for the rest of your life. They will be your lifetime takeaways. At the age of 40, अरे हम लोगों ने वो सोनिया एकेडमी का क्लास किया था ना, उसके बाद मेरे को जो आदत लगी ना टाइम मैनेजमेंट की, अब मेरा सारा परफेक्ट होता है. You getting my point? All right. Let us start on this note. We will be doing chemistry for the next 3 sessions. Today, Saturday and Sunday, I will be joining on the same link. So Saturday, Sunday also, we connect on the same link. All right. Now, chemistry as a subject. In my first training, I was told that in some, how many of you all are SSC students? How many SSC students? Raise your hands. Advait, Tanmay, Arjun. Okay, Atharva, Arnav, Atharva, Charu, Amrita. Okay, 5, 6 are SSC. And how? Okay, Divya, Advait, Acha, quite a bit of SSC students. Good. And how many are ICC? ICC wale, Varun, Adit, and only 2 ICC. Okay, and rest are CBSE, I guess, right? Okay. So I was told that periodic table is not a part of our curriculum for, I think, CBSE. Yeah, that comes to me as a very big surprise because periodic table happens to be the basics of your chemistry understanding, and excluding that from the syllabus is like a big, not a very pleasant surprise. Okay. Now, I have already sent a document in which I have made a proper chart of the topics that are there for you, the main headings, and the questions starting from 2012. The papers were put up earlier on the website, but now I think we have papers after 2021. But I have shortlisted a few questions from the earlier papers. So there are mainly 6, 7 topics: periodic table, mole concept, reactions, organic, and metallurgies, and miscellaneous acid basis salts, etc. And what are the questions that have been asked for the past 12, 13 years on those topics that has been listed? How that helps is, if you're doing one topic, you can see all the questions that have appeared on that topic when you're doing that particular topic. At this stage, it is expected that you have gone through your syllabus of 10th standard since you all are writing your prelims. So your portions are done now. That is one thing. And your 8th and 9th textbooks, obviously, you have come across 8 and 9. So you know the main topics that are there in 8th and 9th. So the purpose of this program is not at all to teach those topics to you. Okay. The main purpose of this program is to give you a vision of how to visit those topics. Because the way a question is asked on the same syllabus in your school and the way the question is asked in MPI is something really different. Before we proceed, a little about myself. I have been into academics for the past almost 40 years now and have trained and talked to more than, say, around 10,000 students till now. And in competitive exams training, scholarships, state board scholarships for the past 25, 30 years. And I've been faculty for chemistry since 2013 with M. Prakash Institute for the foundation program. So handled all levels of students and particularly for the pulling programs. Even state board scholarship programs, we always go ahead of the curriculum. In M. Prakash also, we always go ahead of the curriculum for the respective standard. So that pulling part is being done. Now, okay. So how we are going to do this program is, I will be talking on one topic, a few quick theory inputs. If you have any doubts, we do that. Otherwise, we will do the questions on that topic asked in our past papers. Okay, like that, I have divided the topics into 2 to 3 sections. And like Prashant sir gave, on Saturday, I will be giving you a question paper like your MPI format, 10 questions of 5 marks each with 0099 kind of options. You will write that paper on Sunday morning and Sunday evening, that is in our last lecture, we will discuss that paper. That will be the format of the program. Now, anyone has to say anything at this stage or can we proceed? All right. Everybody is understanding what I'm talking? माझ्या बोलण्याचा स्पीड, ऍक्सेंट सगळ्यांना कळतोय का? मध्ये मध्ये मराठी बोललेलं चालणार आहे का? Anyone who doesn't understand Marathi at all? Varun, you're a South Indian?
Yes, ma'am.
Understand little bit of Marathi?
Yes, I understand.
Acha. Just in case I slip on Marathi and you are not able to comprehend, just unmute yourself and say, I will put it in English. I will try
Yes,
to
ma'am.
say it in English all, but sometimes it happens that if everyone is understanding Marathi, you tend to slip on Marathi. If you don't understand, let me do. Right. Others are following my speed, accent. Everyone is okay. Please let me know if you want me to be fast, slow, because here normally our first few classes are warm-up classes where we get to know, I would like to know so much more about all of you all. Besides this maths, physics, chemistry, I'm sure you must be having multiple talents, na? कोणाला music असेल, कोणाला sports असेल, कोणाला काय असेल, कोणाला काय असेल. But ते समजून घेत बसलो तर आपल्याकडे वेळच नाही आता इथे. So we have to directly jump on the content and our purpose. But if someone feels that I'm going too slow, I'm going too fast, whatever, just let me know. Okay. All right. Now the first topic of importance, what I feel, is periodic table and periodic trends. In this, the earlier attempts before the long form periodic table was accepted, it was drafted and it was accepted. The very early understandings are these. Dobereiner's triads. Anybody who doesn't know about Dobereiner's triads, then I will explain. It was a very early attempt done by Dobereiner in which I now see all these early attempts were based on the elements discovered till then. Okay. And they tried to classify The reason for classification is that when more and more elements started getting discovered, how do I know that in some part of the world, if one element is getting discovered, in another part, some element is getting discovered, whether both the elements are same or different? Some system has to be developed globally, hence we need classification. So whatever elements were discovered till then, chemists were trying to somehow set it in some system. And in the whole process, Dobereiner observed that there are certain triplets, groups of three elements, such that the average of atomic masses of the first and third is equal to the middle element. Examples are lithium, sodium, potassium, where the atomic mass of sodium is the average of lithium and potassium. Then strontium is the average of calcium, barium. Like that, some more triplets he observed, and that was like a very good observation. People and chemists appreciated it, but the limitation was that all the elements present at that time also he could not fit into these triplets. If there is any method of classification, then it has to fit. It has to be universal. I cannot just have a few elements, make a rule with it, और बाकी का element का क्या हो गया पता नहीं. ऐसे तो नहीं हो सकता ना. So that is why that is a limitation of this particular methodology or this particular way of classification. But it has its own importance as a very earlier attempt, because based on that the next method comes. See, something productive comes out, from that the next method comes. So this is about Dobereiner triads. This is a question that has appeared in November 2022. The given table contains atomic masses of the elements that follow Dobereiner's law of triads. Using this, now one thing I would like to tell you as a hint, that all our answers are going to be between 0, 0 and 9, 9. If you understand the beauty of this, every answer in your paper will be final answer that you will put up on your OMR sheet is going to be a 2-digit number. What are the benefits and what is the flip side? Yes, what is the flip side? Can anyone tell? गडबड कुठे होऊ शकते? Now, please understand that all the children who are going to appear for this exam are going to do the same theory and with equal intensity like you. So unless you have a cutting edge over them, smart ways of looking at the question, reducing your time, correctly knowing the question, तुमच्याकडे प्लस असतील क्वालिटीज, 3 तास प्रत्येक प्रश्नावरती फोकस करण्याची क्षमता, तेवढी बैठक, चुळबुळ न लागणं, या सगळ्या एक्स्ट्रा एजेसनी तुम्ही टॉप मध्ये येऊ शकता ना. तर सगळी 200 मुलं तोच करिक्युलम करून येणार आहेत. त्याच्यामध्ये काही सरप्राईज नाही. यू नीड अ कटिंग एज. सो 0099, हरीश, येस. व्हॉट इज द flip side and what is the benefit?
Ma'am, my doubt was that it will be their decimal answers in exam.
No. 2-digit final answer will be a 2-digit number.
No decimals.
Accordingly, the question will be modulated.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, की समजा आता त्यामुळे समजा तुमच्या प्रश्नामध्ये द इन्स्ट्रक्शन इज फाइंड ए अँड एंटर ए बाय 2. याचा क्लिअर अर्थ काय झाला की ए बाय 2 इज अ 2-digit नंबर. करेक्ट? सो व्हॉट इज ए? माय रियल आन्सर. If I want my answer, maximum answer is 99, then
3 digits.
into it is going to be 198. So A is a 3-digit number, possibly. It is possible that A is also a 2-digit number, but just to goof up, the examiner is saying divided by 2 to check whether you have done something wrong. But if my answer is A by 2, final answer. That means my real answer A should be a 3-digit number, most probably. Is that a hint that the examiner is giving you by saying enter A by 2? If he says enter A by 3, म्हणजे काय झालं? If they say enter answer A by 3, what is the meaning of it?
Ma'am, A can be 4-digit number
And
or
3-digit, 2-digit.
what is something more important? It is a number divisible by 3. Because after dividing by 3, I'm getting a 2-digit number. So it is a multiple of 3. Are you getting my points? Then sometimes you may
Yes.
get enter 2A. म्हणजे काय झालं बरं? मग A का नाही 2A का? म्हणजे A काय असू शकेल?
Integer
A
or
is a number with 5 in the decimal
हा
place.
डेसिमल आहे ना, म्हणजे त्याला 2 नी मल्टिप्लाय केल्यावर एक 2-digit नंबर येतोय. म्हणजे माझं खरं आन्सर एक डेसिमल असेल, ज्याला 2 नी मल्टिप्लाय केल्यावर फुल. एंटर 3A म्हणजे डेसिमलचा 3 इंटू 3 केल्यावर फुल. कळतंय का तुम्हाला व्हॉट हिंट्स यू शुड बी टेकिंग? So from the question, you should be able to take a hint of what the answer will be, because the final answer will be a 2-digit number. Now this question on Dober and triad is a straightforward question. They have given this table 1 in which CA, SR, BA is given. By Dober-Reiner's law, I know x plus 137 upon 2 should be 88. I can easily find what is x. Then I know 32 plus y upon 2 is 79. I can very easily find y. And then they are asking enter y minus x. So I'm finding y, I'm finding x, and I'm doing this minus this. If you happen to slip this instruction, then even after finding these two numbers correct, your final answer may go wrong and you will get a big 0. The flip side of 0099 is that you have to enter those crisp 2 digits. If you go wrong by something in calculation, even if you have done it correct, your final answer is gone wrong. It is 0 or 5. No partial marking is there. So as such, this question is not
Hello,
difficult at all. Yes? Any doubt? Another very important instruction. All of us know that the atomic mass of calcium is 40, but it is coming 39 over here. So please don't use your general knowledge and by not calculating, why to waste time? I know atomic mass of calcium is 40. Some of you all may be really smart and you may be knowing the atomic mass of tellurium also, which may not be 126, the catalog value. तो तुम्ही म्हणाल अरे काय को टाइम वेस्ट करने का, मेरे को मालूम है टेल्यूरियम 127 है, मेरे को मालूम है कैल्शियम 40 है, तो डायरेक्टली कर दो ना 127 माइनस 40. नो, the answer over here may be different and the examiner wants to check that you're doing the operation, because each question you get 5 minutes. There are about 10 questions. There are exactly 10 questions and you get 1 hour time for that. So you get about 5-6 minutes per question. So it is ensured that you use those 5 minutes. So don't go on your general knowledge. Calculate and find the answer. See, x is coming 39 over here, not 40, which is our catalog value of atomic mass of calcium. So don't go on your catalog information. Okay. You will also have some useful atomic masses given on the top. We are not expecting you to by heart atomic masses and atomic numbers. That will be given to you as useful information. Yes, Tanmay?
मॅम इथे y ची व्हॅल्यू बहुतेक वेगळी येणार ना? 146 नाही सॉरी 146 च्या आसपास
146 आहे का? माझं कॅल्क्युलेशन
सॉल्व्ह केल्यावर 146 यायला पाहिजे, पण इथे y 126 आहे.
इथे कॅल्क्युलेशन चुकलंय का माझं?
मॅम पण मग इंटिजर 0 to 99 आन्सर येत नाही.
79 into 2 काय येत आहे बघा, -32 काय येत आहे? प्रिंट मिस्टेक असेल मग काहीतरी, माझं तरी प्रिंट मिस्टेक असेल.
79 into 2 158.
मॅम बरोबर आहे ना?
मॅम बरोबर आहे.
I'm
79
correct.
into 2,
Correct.
150. बरोबर आहे ना?
हो मॅम.
मायनस
Yes, ma'am.
126 च आहे रे.
Correct.
तन्मय 126 च आहे. How do we find y? 79 into 2 minus 32 ना?
Yes.
है ना? 32 plus y upon 2 is 79 by Dobereiner.
So, yes, yes. Sorry.
कळलं ना? आणि मग विचारलंय
हा.
काय? y minus x. So it is 126 minus 88. Sorry, 39. 126 minus 30. That is 86. Correct आहे ना?
हा, बरोबर आहे. माझंच चुकलं.
Okay, ठीक आहे. No problem. So this question was not difficult. You understand, first of all, you see, for every question in chemistry, you will need good bit of theory understanding. कारण बरेचसे प्रश्न theory knowledge वरती based असू शकतात. So basic knowledge, reading the textbook thoroughly. आणि आता with the new lens, you will have to read the textbook की ह्या theory वरती M प्रकार style question कसा येऊ शकतो. After doing our questions, you will reread all the books of 8th, 9th, 10th, SSC at least. And you will think on every sentence कि इस पे M प्रकार style का question कैसे आ सकता है. Because many a times students and parents come to us saying कि ये question it's not from 8, 9, 10 का theory. Then we have to actually open the books and show them that this question is from this lesson or this topic. If the child knows this theory, he should be able to answer this question. So the questions are designed very, very intelligently. A kind of application that is required at IIT based on school syllabus. That is the theme of the question. So reread all the lessons now with a different perspective. शाळेला प्रश्न जसे विचारतात ना ते पूर्ण वेगळं आहे तो पॅटर्न. आणि एम प्रकाशच्या क्वेश्चनचा पॅटर्न वेगळा आहे. गणतो कुठे आपण आपल्याला वाटतं की आपण शाळेसाठी प्रिपेअर केलेलं आहे. मला स्कूलच्या एक्झाममध्ये 90% मिळतात, 95% मिळतात. म्हणजे मी असाच जाऊ शकतो एम प्रकाशला. आपले प्रश्न पूर्ण वेगळे असतात एम प्रकाशचे. Child is not able to understand the question only. So if you really wish to, excel above others, start reading the lessons and start making a question on every sentence. ये क्वेश्चन मैंने पढ़ा, अब इस पे मैं क्या क्वेश्चन बना सकता हूँ. ये थियरी मैंने पढ़ा, what question can I make on this, what question can I make on this, MPI style. So go through the questions, from the question go to the theory. That is the way you should navigate. From what part of theory has this question asked? अच्छा, ह्या theoryवर असा question येऊ शकतो का? ओके. आता कळलं मला. मग अजून काय येऊ शकेल ह्याच्यावर? That is how you must prepare. Okay. Now the next attempt was by Newlands. Again the same thing. He used atomic masses and he arranged the existing elements. Again he saw some system, some harmony, that every 8th element was showing properties that were matching the properties of the first element. That is why he called it as a law of octaves, just like musical notes. सारेगम पधनी नंतर परत सा जसा येतो तसा the existing elements he arranged in the table of 777. 8th element falls below the first element. Now in doing that, again he had hurdles. The first 20 elements, they showed a very beautiful coherence that, oh, really, the elements are so much matching. After that, it started spoiling. Like BE, MG, CA are wonderfully fitting. ZN not fitting. LiNAK fitting. Copper is not showing that property. FCl is showing. Then Br is showing, but by law, cobalt and nickel coming in between, they are not matching the properties. Here, rubidium is showing, here strontium is showing, but this CO, Ni, Cu, Zn, they are not fitting. B and Al showing, chromium not fitting. So after 20, it started toppling down. Then there were some smart observations which he made. They were used by the next Mendeleev to make his Mendeleev statement. Okay. Now, our last year's paper has a very intelligent question on this. In the year 1866, Newland arranged the elements in an increasing order of their atomic masses. It later on resulted in the law of octaves. According to the Newland's law, the sum of the neutrons present in the elements kept just below the element aluminium and the element silicon. See the question. Neutrons present in the elements kept just below the aluminium. The below aluminium is chromium and below silicon is titanium. Now, to do this question, if you know all these elements by heart, the whole Newland's table, nothing like it. We are not expecting you to know the atomic mass of chromium and titanium. Okay? But if you know, then how will you know that? If you have carefully observed that boron, aluminum in our modern periodic table, what is coming below boron and aluminum? What is coming below aluminum? Anybody know?
Gallium.
Gallium is coming. But when was gallium discovered?
After Mendeleev's periodic table.
कशावरनं? कारण मेंडलिफनीच एका अल्युमिनियम म्हटलं होतं ना. मेंडलिफने काय केलं होतं? गॅलियमसाठी जागा सोडली होती. विच वॉज डिस्कवर्ड लेटर ऑन. म्हणजे न्यूलँडनी जेव्हा त्याचं पिरियडिक टेबल केलं तेव्हा गॅलियम डिस्कवर्ड नव्हता. एवढं एक आपण जर नोट. सो केअरफुल ऑब्झर्वेशन. And then, oh, there is chromium below here. If you have observed this. Similarly, Eka silicon was done by Mendeleev. That was after Newland, correct?
मॅम ह्या पिरियडच्या हिशोबानं खूप सारे एलिमेंट नाहीत त्याच्यामध्ये. मग जर
नाहीच ना.
मग
म्हणून
आपल्या
तर म्हणून म्हणजे हे तुम्हाला पिरियडिक टेबल न्यूलँडचं टेबल तुम्ही जर का अभ्यास करताना केअरफुली ऑब्झर्व केलं असेल, नुसतं एक न्यूलँड टेबल न्यूलँड लॉ लर्न केलाय आणि पुढे गेलात तर तुम्हाला हा प्रश्न येणार नाही. जो कीन ऑब्झर्वर आहे, ज्यांनी बघितलाय की अरे बोरॉन, ॲल्युमिनियम, गॅलियम तर नंतर शोध लागलाय, त्याच्यानंतर कार्बन, सिलिकॉन, जर्मॅनियमचा तर नंतर शोध लागलाय, मग इथे ह्याच्या खाली क्रोमियम आहे, ह्याच्या खाली टायटेनियम आहे. त्यावेळेस जे जे एलिमेंट्स माहिती होते, whichever elements were known at that time, they were placed in the increasing order of their atomic masses. There were no empty spaces left, no thought given, no thought of properties matching, nothing was given. So step 1 to do this is you must know that below aluminum is chromium, below silicon is titanium. And then we are not expecting you to know their atomic masses. You want to know the sum of neutrons. So again, what you will need to do, you will need to subtract the atomic number from atomic masses. This was a difficult question. Okay, so chromium atomic mass is 52. Number of neutrons is 28. Atomic number is 24. And titanium atomic mass is 48. Atomic number is 22. So the number of neutrons is 26. And the sum of this is 54. So Newland was before Mendeleev and scandium was discovered after Mendeleev. He named it Eka boron. So we must know these small things that you do to be connected very smartly is what the question will expect. Okay. Now, what are the other abnormalities in Newland's periodic table? इसके नीचे क्या आना चाहिए नहीं आया? This CONI is out of place. Now we know FClBr. So all you need to remember is CONI is coming between Cl and Br. We know LiNAK rubidium. So Cu is coming between this. CaSr के बीच में ये आ रहा है. Now here under boron, aluminum, nothing is coming from group 13. Carbon silicon, nothing is coming from group 14. NP, nothing is coming. Here, nothing is coming. So these abnormalities must be observed and such thoughtful inputs from your textbook. So is this question out of the textbook? No. Nobody can come and defy us that why this question was asked. It is very much from the textbook. If you are carefully doing your study, you should be able to attempt it. All right. Now let us go to the next attempt, that is Mendeleev. Once again, you must know what are the special, what you can say, decisions taken by Mendeleev. That first special decision taken by him was that he swapped the places of some elements by overruling his own rule. What was his own rule? That he will arrange the elements in the increasing order of atomic masses only. But he swapped some of the places. Okay, like he swapped cobalt and nickel. Cobalt is 58.9, nickel is 58.7. So actually, this should have come after this. Okay, then he swapped potassium, which is 39.1, with, now this was discovered later on. आपलं काय बरं, neon, argon, sorry, argon, which is 40. He kept it before potassium, which is 39. So he swapped in many places. Look here, 194 is coming before 192. So if you observed what he is exactly doing, then you will come to know that he has given importance to the property and not the place by the atomic masses, because he realized that there can be some mistake in calculating the masses, but the laboratory properties are not going to be deceptive. So he observed that argon matches more to helium and neon above it than potassium, and potassium matches more to lithium and sodium than placing argon here, simply because argon is 40 and potassium is 39. He did not blind himself. So that was the first decision taken by him against his own law of arranging the elements in increasing order of atomic masses. That was the first important decision. Second important decision was he left empty spaces where he saw that the properties are matching here, but this is matching more on this side and not on this side. He kept empty spaces because he understood that there will be more elements coming which will be perfectly fitting in these slots. And so he named them as Eka aluminum, Eka silicon, Eka boron. And the elements were discovered in due course and they perfectly fitted in that place. So carefully read, everything is written in the textbook. Carefully read the textbook and then you will be able to approach the question. Another question from the last year. Mendeleev kept vacant spaces in the periodic table for elements not discovered until then. Two of these unknown elements were given the name Eka boron and Eka silicon. So you must simply know what is Eka boron. Eka boron is, now what is the gadbad? Below boron is aluminium over here, but Eka boron is scandium. If you see the modern periodic table, under boron is aluminium, but Mendeleev is calling Eka boron as scandium and Eka silicon as germanium, which is matching our modern periodic. So if you try to remember it with the modern periodic table, you may get confused why Eka boron is scandium. But if you understand Mendeleev's mindset, see the modern periodic table, there was no D group over here. So scandium, which is coming here, see, बेरिलियम के बाद बोरॉन है, और बोरॉन अगर यहाँ पे आप फिट कर दो तो बोरॉन के नीचे आएगा स्कैंडियम. If this has to follow Mg, if this slot, the D group was introduced later after the modern periodic table. But otherwise, below boron, after MgM will come scandium. So that is why the properties were not matching, because they were not considering the D block. That is why he called Eka boron and he called it as scandium. So that was based on their mindset at that time, which did not have the concept of D block. So this you have to know that Eka boron is scandium and Eka silicon is germanium. Rest values you will get in the data given above. So scandium atomic mass is 45, number is 21. Silicon is 72 and 32. Germanium is 72 and 32. And then what are they asking?
Will this be given or we have to remember?
Yes, yes, yes. The values will be given. We are not expecting you to know the atomic numbers and atomic masses by heart. If you confuse Eka boron to aluminium, then you are gone. You must know that Eka boron is scandium, and you must also know why scandium. क्या अभी तो बोरॉन के नीचे एल्यूमिनियम है, तो स्कैंडियम कैसे आ गया? Then this is what I told you just now. That if you arrange all the elements in the increasing order of atomic masses, magnesium के बाद में scandium आने वाला है. That is the structure they had at that time. And then they put it as A and B. Okay, this line is coming here. See how he's putting crisscross. Then he's putting this, he's calling this as group 8, in which he's putting three elements. So all these were the abnormalities or limitations of Mendeleev. But there were some very good decisions taken by him of leaving empty spaces, swapping some places to match the property and not just the value. And these helped in making the text. Discussion of periodic table is a complete, what you will say, a phase of at least 4 to 5 lectures, 8 to 10 hours. That is a part of our 8th standard foundation. So wrapping it up in 10-15 minutes is doing injustice, but we have to respect the format that we have selected. But penetrate into the work. As I said now, enjoy these subjects in these coming next 15-20 days. If you learn to enjoy these subjects, if you get selected, you will be exposed to a lot of further enjoying the subject. If you have done the subjects with the boredom till now, that somehow I have to write my board exams, so what is this cut periodic table, I have to do it, then you are not a right candidate for IIT. Unless you learn to enjoy a subject, you will not survive in 2 years of JEE also, and you will not survive in 4 years of IIT also. If you are doing the subject without fun in it, just for some myth that degree of IIT and then other reasons besides love for subject, then you will really suffer. So learn to penetrate. छान मज्जा घेऊन धडे वाचा, विचार करा, प्रत्येक वाक्यावरती विचार करा, हे असं का असेल, हे असं का झालं असेल, मग असंच का झालं असेल. छान पेनिट्रेट होऊन अभ्यास करा. पुढचे 15-20 दिवस काहीही दुसरं करू नका. Devote your entire time for MPI entrance, because see, your board exams are still in February. So after your MPI entrance, you still have 2-3 weeks to pull off board, and board questions are mechanically. If you do past 5 years papers, you know what questions are going to be asked, particularly for SSC, so I know. Do last 5 years papers and you will be able to rule out some questions की जो प्रश्न गेल्या वर्षी विचारला होता 10 मार्काचा तो यावर्षी मोस्टली नाही विचारणार. एखादाच खडूस टीचर असेल तर तो एक्झामिनर असेल तर तो विचारेल. पण हा प्रश्न गेले 3 वर्ष आला नाही, मग तो येण्याची शक्यता जास्त आहे. So very mechanically you can pull off 80, 90, 95% in boards, and you have 2-3 weeks, and if you set the right gear right now, you can use the same gear for your board scores, which are not difficult at all. So right now put your board exam preparation as the second fiddle and focus maximum on this work. If you cut through with this exam, आप लोगों की life बन गई. If you are selected, then actually you will get catapulted into a very high bracket for the next 2 years and for the rest of your life. So put in your blood and sweat these 2 weeks, and we both are with you. Day and night, any doubt, you can talk to me, you can talk to Prashant sir, and we will be there with you. So put in your best. All right, so this was the question. Once again, once you know eka boron is scandium and eka silicon is germanium, rest is simple mathematics. Okay, now before the modern periodic table, these were the two very important inputs that came. First thing that was discovered, that not atomic mass but atomic number is an absolute property of elements. It is a more absolute property of elements. I have an element for every atomic number, but I don't have an element for every atomic mass. As the elements started building, as the universe started building, first came hydrogen. It's a very interesting theory. Again, if you are interested, you can read Origin of Elements on Wikipedia. How elements were existed, how they came into existence. So first was hydrogen, which had 1 proton in it. To that added 1 proton and came helium. To that added 1 proton and came lithium. To that added 1 proton and came beryllium. So there is an element for every atomic number, but hydrogen is 1, helium is 4. So there is no element for atomic mass 2 and 3. Lithium is 7. So there is no element for atomic mass 5 and 6. So the atomic masses are jumping, but the atomic numbers are going in an order because that is how the elements are built. So while arranging the elements, if I arrange them in the increasing order of atomic numbers instead of atomic masses, I will exactly know that if I have found an element for atomic number 17 and for atomic number 19, there has to be an element for atomic number 18. This guarantee I cannot give for atomic masses. की atomic mass 1 ला मिळालं, atomic mass 4 ला मिळालं, 2 आणि 3 ला एलिमेंट असेल का नसेल माहित नाही. मग किती स्पेसेस सोडायच्या रे मी? 1 सोडू, 2 सोडू का 1 पण नको सोडू. But for atomic numbers, I know there is an element for every atomic number. So the arrangement became very convenient. When the whole theory shifted from arranging the elements in the increasing order of atomic masses to arranging the elements in the increasing order of atomic numbers, there was a big, what you will say, a big leap in systematizing the elements. So this was one big change. Another big change is this off-bow principle, which says that electrons are added to the orbitals. We know how the element gets built. Hydrogen has 1 proton, it has 1 electron. Then helium has 2 protons. So to balance the neutral charge, 2 electrons get arranged, 2 electrons get added to, so that the atom on the whole remains neutral. Then for the next element, 3 electrons, 4 electrons. Now, when these electrons get added, that is also a very interesting understanding that how will these electrons get added? They come in that circular motion and are arrested at a certain distance from the nucleus in a stable orbital. Okay. That is what we have done. That is how these shells come into existence. Bohr's, that is the Bohr's concept of electronic shells. So once again, a very interesting theory. If those who are feeling interested in chemistry can search the Wikipedia, and you will get a very, very interesting explanation of how these elements get locked at a certain distance, okay, from the nucleus, which determine the shells at a certain distance. And there are spaces in between wherein an electron does not reside. These are the Bohr's orbitals. Okay. So, for the atom to be neutral, electrons keep getting added. They always get added in the lowest energy orbital available. So after the first shell is completed, first shell capacity, all of us know the 2n square rule. The first shell can have only 2 electrons. So after there are 2 electrons filled, abhi ye orbital full ho gaya, to third electron will now get added to the second shell. It will not add to the third shell because second shell is a low energy shell compared to third shell. A very simple example, if the same flat is available for 2 lakhs and the same flat is available for 3 lakhs, obviously I will go for the 2 lakh. Why will I spend more energy to buy the same flat at 3 lakhs? So the electron addition always happens in the lowest energy orbital. And the energy of the orbitals is like this. This is the cycle. Why this happens is a complicated discussion. Once again, not possible in our limited time. But this is the order of energy. This is called as the off-bow chart. Okay. What have I done? 1s, 2s, 2p, because I know in the first shell, okay, there is only s orbital and it has 2 electrons. Second shell, it has s orbital, which has 2 electrons, and p orbital, which has 6 electrons. Total, I have 8 electrons. That also comes by 2n square rule. Third has s, p, and d. The maximum capacity of each, s is 2, p is 6, and d is 10. So the third shell will have 18 electrons, which again comes by the 2n square rule, where we put n as 3. When I write all the orbitals like this, 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. Why not above 4f? Because for the existing elements in our knowledge, if we go up to the F level, we are covering all the elements which we know till now. So we are not going beyond 4F. If some more elements of higher energy are discovered, we may have to go above this ones. And now, how the energy goes, 1s, see, you go from here, then you go to 2s, from here, you go to 2p, you go to 3s, from 3s, you go to 3p, and from 3p, you don't go to 3d, you go to 4s first. Okay, so if you carefully observe this off-bow chart, the order is 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, and 4s, which comes before 3d. The energy of this is less than the energy of this, and therefore, after 3p electrons are done, the next electron is occupied in the 4s. So this is 1s, 2s, okay, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, and after that, before 3d comes 4s. This is 1s, 2s, 2p. This is 3s, 3p, and this is 3d, but before that comes 4s. That gave rise to the D block, and again lanthanides came over here to give us the F block, and that is how the entire periodic table was revolutionized. Once again, if you are more interested, go to SPDF orbitals on the Wikipedia, or even for that matter, if you can refer to some 11th standard book if you are interested in higher theory. Otherwise, understand that these two concepts of Bohr principle and atomic number, the entire modern periodic table was revolutionized. Now, in modern periodic table, what all you must know and what will be given to you in the exam. Okay, what will be given to you? All atomic numbers and masses will be given to you. All Z values and all A values will be given to you. You are not going to learn them by heart, for sure. But this periodic table will not be given to you as a chart. So what you need to know, if you can know the first 20 elements at least up to calcium, the first period, the second period, the third period completely, and the fourth till calcium, you will be greatly benefited. So first, try to know the first 20 elements, their positions. Next, if a position is given to you, you should be able to find the atomic number and Z, because it may be told that an element in the fourth period and the fifth group write the atomic number or the atomic number, the sum of the atomic numbers of the element in the fourth period and fifth group and sixth period and the first group. You need not know the names of these elements, but if the position is given, will you be able to compute the atomic number? That is what you will need to be able to find. That the element which is in the fourth period and the fifth group, what will be its atomic number? You should be able to identify it. Because now we know that all atomic numbers are in order. We go from 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, up to 110. So if this is 23 and this is 55, my expected answer will be 78. I need not know the names of these elements. So if the position is given, you should be able to compute the atomic number. And now they have asked that if they have asked the atomic mass, that cannot be in order. I can find the atomic number of this element, which is in the fourth period and whatever fifth group. But if they are asking, write the atomic mass of the element in the fourth period and fifth group, then you will identify the atomic number, then go to the atomic, the theory given, useful data given above, see for which element the atomic number is given 23, find what is the atomic mass given for that, that will be your answer. Is it clear to all? What kind of question can come? की हा जो वेनॅडियम आहे त्या वेनॅडियमचा तुम्हाला ॲटॉमिक मास पाठ असणं अजिबात अपेक्षित नाहीये. त्याचं नाव वेनॅडियम आहे हे पण तुम्हाला माहित असणं अपेक्षित नाहीये. पण इकडे जो पुढचा एलिमेंट आहे ह्या पोझिशन मध्ये त्या एलिमेंटचा ॲटॉमिक नंबर मला काढता येईल का? If I know the skeleton of periodic table perfectly, I will know that there are 2 elements in the first period, then there are 8 elements in the second period. So this element will have atomic number 10. The third period will have atomic numbers from 11 to 18. The fourth period atomic numbers will start from 19, 20. Then D block 21, 22, 23. So this will have atomic number 23. मग atomic number 23 दिलेल्या एलिमेंटचा atomic, there is going to be only one element with atomic number 23. So if I go to the useful data above, for whichever element, this will definitely be given in the useful data. In fact, we will want you to identify this 23, refer to the useful data above, see what atomic mass is given, and enter it in your OMR sheet. That is the expected navigation. So you must know if a position is given, you must know how to find the atomic number. Conversely, if the atomic number is given, you must be able to find the position. Write the sum of the period and the group of the element with atomic number 77. मग 77 इकडे आहे. मग 77 चा पिरियड कुठचा येणार? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. आणि त्याचा ग्रुप कुठचा येणार? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. त्याची सम काय आली? 50. माझा आन्सर आलं 50. So if an atomic number is given, practice this. Take randomly any atomic number. आता तुम्ही जेव्हा अभ्यास कराल तेव्हा take any atomic number. 52. Am I able to find its position? Do it. उलट की पोझिशन दिली, तुमचं तुम्ही पोझिशन इमॅजिन करा की ह्या पिरियड मधला ह्या ग्रुप मधला एलिमेंट आहे, त्याचा ॲटॉमिक नंबर काय काढता येतोय का मला? प्रॅक्टिस दिस क्रिस क्रॉस. सो दॅट इज व्हॉट यू नीड टू नो अबाउट पिरियडिक टेबल. Then some salient features, which is the most electronegative element, because these will be the hints given to you that the most electronegative element. Can anyone tell which is the most electronegative element?
Fluorine.
Fluorine. Okay, right. Then which is the most electropositive element?
Calcium.
Cesium. Calcium. Cesium. बरोबर. So these things you should know, which are whatever is given in the textbooks, because that may be used to construct a question. All right. Okay, now see this question. Compound AXBY is formed by the combination of the elements belonging to the following group. See now, element A belongs to second group and third period. And element B is the most electronegative element. Find the molecular formula of the compound and write its molar mass. Now, element belonging to second group and third period. की तो तुम्हाला हा सेकंड ग्रुप आहे आणि हा थर्ड पिरियड आहे. हा MG तुम्हाला माहिती असणं. फर्स्ट 20 एलिमेंट्स वी एक्सपेक्ट यू टू नो. सो यू मस्ट नो इट इज MG. इफ यू डोंट नो इट इज MG, तर यू विल बी एबल टू फाइंड इट्स ॲटॉमिक नंबर 12. मग वरती युजफुल डेटामध्ये जर तुम्ही गेलात तर त्याचा ॲटॉमिक मास मिळेल तुम्हाला. तुम्हाला माहिती नाही तो MG येते, ठीक आहे, तरी बिघडत नाहीये काही. जर का सेकंड ग्रुप आणि थर्ड पिरियडचा एलिमेंट कुठचा आहे, त्याचा ॲटॉमिक नंबर 12 असणार आहे, हे तर आपल्याला काढता येत आहे. मग 12 atomic नंबर दिलेल्या एलिमेंटचा atomic मास काय दिलाय बरं? ते फाइंड आउट करा वरती युजफुल डेटा ते दिलेलं असणार आहे. तसंच मोस्ट इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव्ह एलिमेंट you are supposed to know that it is fluorine. मग त्याचा atomic मास काय असणार आहे? तुम्हाला पाठ नसेल तर तुम्ही वरती बघू शकता. आणि मग त्याचा फॉर्म्युला काय असेल? See now, this will have valency 2, सेकंड ग्रुप आहे म्हणजे +2 येणार. आणि F ची व्हॅलन्सी ह्याची तुम्हाला नावं माहिती नसली तरी चालणार आहे. इथे कुठेतरी X एलिमेंट आहे समजा, पण त्याची व्हॅलन्सी 2 येणार आहे बिकॉज इट इज इन द सेकंड ग्रुप. आणि ह्याची व्हॅलन्सी येणार आहे -1. वी नो दॅट. So the formula is going to be XF2. And then the molar mass will be 24 plus 19 into 2, that is 38. So this question will take 5 minutes. And don't unnecessarily haste. One more very, very important hint. Don't keep the mission of doing all 10 questions. Very few highly extraordinary students will be able to attempt all 10 questions. Even if you are able to attempt 7 or 8 questions in each section, you can count yourselves very much in the race. Understand that. If you are able to attempt 8 questions in every section, roughly you are like claiming 80% marks, which is a very high score. So don't keep the target of doing all questions because that will increase your pressure. You will be able to give less time to each question, less focus on each question, and that may put you in making some silly mistakes. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the best 5 questions from each section in round 1. After reading a question, 100% मला हा क्वेश्चन येतोय, करून टाक. अजिबात येणारच नाही मला हा प्रश्न, मी किती डोकं आपटलं तरी फुल्ली मारून टाका. डोंट वेस्ट युअर टाइम ऑन दॅट क्वेश्चन. आणि येऊ शकेल नाही येऊ शकणार, आय कीप इट फॉर द सेकंड राउंड. दॅट विल बी युअर स्ट्रॅटेजी. सो राउंड 1 डू बेस्ट 5 क्वेश्चन्स. हा वाचल्या मला येणार आहे, हा करून टाक प्रत्येक सेक्शन मधला. देन गिव्ह फुलेस्ट टाइम टू इट. म्हणजे 5 मिनिटाच्या जागी अगदी 15 मिनिटं नका देऊ, पण 1-2 मिनिटं प्लस मायनस झालं तरी घाई करू नका. घाई करून रॉंग जाण्यापेक्षा 2 प्रश्न तुम्ही कमी केलेत तर तुमचा स्कोर जास्त येणार आहे. अटेम्प्ट ऑल 10 and go wrong in 5. Instead, attempt 7 and do all 7 correct. What is better? So this is not a difficult question. If you give a patient handling to it, it is an easy question. Similarly, write the sum of the atomic numbers of the following elements. Element belongs to 7th group and 4th period, just like I said just now. Element belonging to 17th group and 4th period, you must be able to identify its position and find its atomic number. And the largest element of the 4th period of the modern periodic table. Now over here, 2 factors are coming. You must know which element in a period is always the largest. Which element in a period is always the largest? Can anyone answer?
Left side element.
Atomic number.
Left side, because the atomic size decreases from left to right. So in short, they are asking the group 1 element of period 4. They are putting it in different words. The upper element, they said group 17 and period whatever 3 ka 2. But the lower element, they're saying largest of 4 period. So they are tapping on one more knowledge of yours, whether you know that the largest element is the group 1 element of that particular period. Okay. So easily you will know it is 19 and then it is just addition. So these are manageable questions with a little attention. These questions are not difficult. Many questions in chemistry, you will be able to really do them nicely if you don't get muffled. खूप जर का तुम्हाला टेन्शन नाही आलं आणि खूप जर का तुम्ही नर्वस नाही झालात तर केमिस्ट्रीमध्ये 5 ते 6 प्रश्न येणं काहीच कठीण नाही. गोंधळ नका घालू. Again, lawrencium is the last element in the actinide series. Its atomic number is 103. Actinium is placed in the 3rd group and 7th period. So what is the hint they are giving? Then the atomic number of the element placed in the 2nd group and 7th period equals. काय काय दिलंय बघा. Lawrencium दिलाय. Okay. So lawrencium दिलाय. Lawrencium इकडे 103. आणि ऍक्टिनियम त्याच्या आधी आहे. मग लॉरेन्शियम इथे ऍक्टिनियम आहे, त्याच्या आधी कुठचा आहे? सो यू मस्ट नो दॅट ऍक्टिनियम टू लॉरेन्शियम, दे ऑल फिट इन दिस थर्ड ग्रुप. So all of them will come over here, and the element that will come before that, so this is 89 to 103, and the element that will come before that will have atomic number 88. So they are tapping on your understanding of F block and the actinide series. Once again, not a difficult question if you know the basic structure of periodic table correctly. Once again, you need not know the names of the elements. They're just asking you the atomic number of the element, which is in the 2nd group and 7th period. So you must note that the 3rd group starts with 89. So 2nd group will be 88. All right, so that finishes one topic of periodic table. I can just give you glimpses. I will of course give you all the questions that have come on periodic table. After today's lecture, I will send you the past year questions based on periodic table so you can practice them. That will give you a flavor of the phrasing of the questions. Periodic tableचं knowledge use करून कशा टाइपचे क्वेश्चन्स फ्रेज होत आहेत. ते कळलं की मग पिरियॉडिक टेबल वाचताना प्रत्येक वाक्यावरती तुम्हाला विचार करायचा आहे की ह्याच्यावर आता एमपीआय स्टाईल क्वेश्चन कसा येऊ शकतो. ह्याच्यावर एमपीआय स्टाईल क्वेश्चन कसा येऊ शकतो. ट्राय टू डिझाइन अ क्वेश्चन that will give you a further insight into the deeper layers of the theory. वाकडा प्रश्न कसा येऊ शकतो ह्याच्यावरती. डोंट रिफर टू बोर्ड क्वेश्चन्स एट ऑल. बोर्ड सारखा एक पण प्रश्न आपल्या एक्झाम मध्ये येणार नाही. आपले पेपर्स बघा आणि आपल्या पेपर्स वरनं तुम्ही इमॅजिन करा की अच्छा ह्या थिअरीवर असा प्रश्न येतोय, मग मी त्या लेन्सेसनी ती थिअरी वाचणार. Go backwards. First read your 10th standard books very carefully. Then read 9th standard books once again. Then read 8th standard books once again of your own board. If you are from ICC board, because that is something you've done. So first read 10th standard, then 9th standard, then 8th standard carefully. Broadly, you know the theory, but find out pockets from where a tricky question can come by studying the questions of our past year. After you finished your own board textbooks, then you may refer to other board textbooks and read only what is extra. what was not there in your book, because 90-95% all boards will have an overlap. 90-95% theory will be same. 5% variation असणार कुठेतरी. That you can pick from the other board की अरे आपल्या book मध्ये हे नव्हतं, बाकी हे आहे. You can give a gross reading after you've read say SSC 10, 9, 8. Take CBSE book, and all these books, their PDFs are available free on the net. So you need not buy any book. You can simply download the book from the net and you can just cross check कि हाँ ये सब हो गया, ये कुछ नया दिख रहा है, इसको पढ़ते, या ये better दिख रहा है than what is given in my textbook. This is explained, same point but explained better. Okay, let me read it. That is how you are going to do the studies. First, take your own board books, read 10th, 9th, 8th. Then take the other board, read 10th, 9th, 8th, only what is extra or what is given better. Then take the third board, 10th, 9th, 8th. Okay, that is how you will read the books. Okay, anything you would want to ask about periodic table and trends before we move ahead with the next topic? Are you getting a good idea of how you should proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can we proceed with mole now? That is another very important topic, the concept of mole. Okay. Is everyone aware with this mole triangle conversion?
Yes.
Is everyone aware of what is a mole?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone who does not know what is a mole? So, mole, you can express a mole in these many ways. It is the molar, it is the number of, what is it? Atomic mass or the molar mass expressed in grams is 1 mole. In terms of number of atoms, 1 mole of any pure substance, let it be an element or a compound, 1 mole of any pure substance will have 6.2202 into 10 raised to 23 atoms or molecules. So if you take 1 mole of water, 1 mole of water, then it will have Avogadro number of water molecules. If I take 1 mole of sodium, it will have Avogadro number of sodium atoms. So we call it Avogadro number of particles. Particles मतलब अगर compound है तो Avogadro number of molecules, अगर atom है तो Avogadro number of atoms, अगर ion है, charged है, Na+. So 1 mole of sodium ions will have Avogadro number of sodium ions. So we use a general word as particles. 1 mole of any pure substance. Pure substance is element or compound, not a mixture. Will have Avogadro number of particles in it. Okay. Now, let us look at this. 1 molecule of water, for example. It will have how many atoms in it? One molecule of water will have
3 atoms.
3 atoms. So if I take 1 mole of water, it will have how many atoms in it?
18.066 into 10 to the power 23.
Right. So it will be 3 into Avogadro number of atoms. Is everyone getting this idea?
Yes.
Anyone who is not following this? Because very typically these kind of questions are asked. One molecule of water has 3 atoms. So 1 mole of water will have Avogadro number of molecules into 3 number of atoms. So if I take H2SO4, for example, it will have 1 mole will have how many atoms?
7 into Avogadro number.
7 into Avogadro. 2 plus 1, 3 plus 4, 7. Is this point very clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, another very, very important instruction. We all know that Avogadro number is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 or 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. But for all practical purposes, in most of our exams, we consider Avogadro number as 6 into 10 raised to 23 for the ease of calculation. Now, this value of Avogadro number will be given to you in your useful data above. It will be given Avogadro number as 6 into 10 raised to 23. Please check on that, and whichever questions on mole you get, use the value 6 into 23, 10 raised to 23, because all our answers will be according to this value. And if you use 6.022 as the value, you will get some decimal answer, and then you will not know what to enter into the OMR sheet. So 99.99% this is the value we use, but please refer to the useful data above, and for all your calculations, for all practical purposes, use the value given over there, and whatever answer you get with that value will be the answer we expect from you in the OMR sheet. So a very important instruction, don't use this value of Avogadro number unless nothing is given above. There may be a question in which it is not going to affect whether you call it 6 or call it 6.022. Then this value may not be given in useful data, depending upon how a question is designed using the Avogadro number. But if 6 value is something that is recommended to be used, that value will be given above, and you should not be using this value in that case, because you will get an answer different and you will feel confused. Is this point very clear to all? Very, very technical input, but don't make a mistake in that. Now, mole can be expressed as number of atoms, mass in grams, and it can also be expressed as volume, 22.4 liters at STP. 1 mole of any gaseous substance at STP is equal to 22.4 liters always, or 22400 ml. Why gases? Because for solids, we do not consider their volume. For solid, it is very difficult to calculate the volume, but for gases, and why at STP? Because the gaseous volume is very sensitive to change in temperature and pressure. Instead of STP, so instead of 1 atmospheric pressure, if the same gas is, its volume is seen at 2 atmospheric pressure, the volume is going to become half. Those who've done gas laws somewhere, we know P1, V1 is P2, V2. So gaseous volumes are extremely sensitive to changes in temperature and pressure. Therefore, this molar volume is the volume at standard temperature and pressure. 1 mole of any gaseous substance, pure gaseous substance at STP will have a volume of 22.4 liters or 22400 ml. These are the things in which you will need to play like you play in metric conversions. Okay? I always like to compare the mole triangle with our metric conversion table, where you have the gram here, kg here, milligram here. You know the jumps from kg to gram to milligram, you do into 10, into 10, into 10. Here you do divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10. So if you get a question in which one value is given in grams, another value is given in, say, milligrams, and the answer is asked in kg, what will you simply do? You will convert this grams into kg, will convert this milligrams into kg, and then you will do whatever addition, multiplication, division. So your answer comes in kg. What is this? You're just playing with the conversions. Similarly, if you correctly know how to convert the meaning of molar mass to number of atoms to the molar volume, you will know how to find the answer. Suppose it is said that 2 moles of some gas. The moment 2 moles of gas. So how many particles will it have? 2 into Avogadro number of molecules it will have. What will be its volume if it is a gas at STP? It will be 2 into 22.4 liters. So the moment one sentence is given to me, 2 moles of some gas at STP. Itna sentence padhoge, so immediately you can know this, you can know this. If they say that whatever, 18 into 10 raised to 23 particles of this are there, then you know that this means 3 moles. If it is 3 moles, it will weigh, if it is a gaseous substance, then it will weigh 3 to 22.4 liters. So if one value is given to you, out of all these values, that is the molar mass, then number of particles, and molar volume for gases at STP. One of this value is given, you can find the remaining 2. And the question will be nothing but playing in these conversions on mole concept. If you master the conversions, then your questions on mole concept are not going to be difficult at all. And of course, some reactions. Another very important homework that I give for you in chemistry is that, take it down if you're taking it down. Like I told you, what you must know by heart in periodic table, the first 20 elements and their names and their positions. Then after that, if you know the S block and P block, nothing like it, but even if you don't know, it is fine. If you just know the halogens and the noble elements, that should work. Another very important thing that you must know, across your textbooks, whichever reactions are coming, you must know those reactions, either by heart, or you must be in a position to, if the reactants are given, you should be able to state the products. If you have that capability of understanding chemistry, that if the reactants are given, you are able to reproduce the products, great. If not, you must know all the reactions, because any reaction throughout your 3 years, maximum 10 standard, but definitely many a times some reactions from 9th standard, 8th standard are picked up. And a question on stoichiometry based on that is asked. So if you are unable to procure that reaction, then your question is gone. But if you know that simple reaction, then it is a very simple question. So those of you who are good parrots, ज्यांचं पाठांतर खूप चांगलं आहे, त्याने हा एक एक्सरसाइज डेफिनेटली करा. Shortlist all the reactions, scrape out all the reactions from your textbooks. Go backwards again, 10th, 9th, 8th, and ensure that you know the reaction. If that reaction is given to you verbally, you should be able to write it. If that reaction is given to you half, reactant side दिले, तुम्हाला products determine करता आले पाहिजे. Then you have bagged many questions in chemistry section. Coming to the concept of molarity now. Once you know moles, you should know what is molarity. Molarity is number of moles upon volume in liter, as simple as that. If I want to find the molarity of some given substance, I will find how many moles are there in that substance, and if it is a liquid or a gas, what is the volume of it in liters. And if I write the volume in ml, I will multiply it by 1000. Now, what is moles? How will I find moles? It is mass, given mass, upon the molar mass will give me the moles. Suppose I know 23 grams of sodium makes 1 mole. Then 46 grams will make how many moles? What did I do? 46 is the given mass upon 23 is the molar mass. I will get it is equal to 2 moles. So how do I find moles? It is mass upon molar mass. And what is molarity? Moles upon liter. So moles is mass upon molar mass multiplied by liter. So molarity is M, that is W, upon mm into V, or V in ml into 1000. These two are extremely important formulae. Just if you know these two formulae and the basic mole triangle, you will be able to do any question that comes on moles, stoichiometry. And in addition, you should know all the reactions in the textbook, which you must have 10th standard, you must have already done for your boards, right? So you may have to just scan through the 9th standard and 8th standard textbooks for the important reactions. The ones which you are unable to produce, reproduce, by heart them. आणि जे तुम्हाला माहिती आहे की हे काय पाठ करायची गरज नाही, की जसं मेटल प्लस HCl आहे, Mg प्लस HCl आहे, दॅट इज MgCl2 प्लस H2. तुम्हाला त्याचा कॉन्सेप्ट माहिती आहे जर का, तर ते पाठ करायची अजिबात गरज नाही. For those reactions where you know what happens when an element reacts, element in the reactivity series above hydrogen they will all react with HCl. The ones which are below hydrogen, they will not react with HCl. Like copper, they will not, does not react with HCl. The ones which, if you know the reactivity series, then you will know that this is what is going to happen. वॉटर ऍड केल्यावर काय होणार आहे, ऑक्सिजन ऍड केल्यावर काय होणार आहे, ऑक्साईड होणार आहे, MgO होणार आहे. ह्याच्यात पाठ काय करायचं, नका करू पाठ, तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. पण अशा ज्या रिॲक्शन्स आहेत की जिथे आपण कन्फ्यूज होतोय त्या पाठ करा. The reactions which you are able to derive logically with your understanding of chemistry, you need not by heart. The ones which are confusing you, please by heart the reactions. Similarly, balance whichever equation given to you. If you are able to balance it on spot, no need to learn it balanced. But some 4 or 5 equations, they will be difficult. It is good if you learn them balanced, so you save time. KMnO4, FeSO4 चे जे काही रिॲक्शन्स आहेत आपल्याकडे, किंवा कॉपर प्लस HNO3 चे रिॲक्शन्स आहेत, they are confusing. If you are not able to balance them on spot, then learn those reactions. So these two formulae, if you know, molarity is moles per liter, which is mass upon molar mass into liter, that will bag most of the questions based on mole concept. Let us look at this. 1755 grams. 1755 grams of NaCl is dissolved in water to produce 15 liters of its aqueous solution. Calculate the molarity. So now what all is given to us? Mass is given 1755. Can I find the molar mass of NaCl? Yes. The atomic mass of Na will be given to you in your this thing, useful data, 11 and 12, 23. And the atomic mass of Cl will also be given to you, 35.5. If you don't know it by heart by now, you can very easily find if you're conceptually through. Molar mass is 58.5. So by using the formula, mass upon molar mass into volume is given in liters. So we directly enter it and you will get the answer 0.2. This is a simple formula-based question. If you know molarity is mass upon molar mass into liters, this value is given to you, this value is given to you, this you can compute by a simple addition. So, if you know the concept, this is a very, very basic level question. Next. Sodium carbonate reacts with sulfuric acid in the following manner. Reaction is given to you. So you're not even supposed to reproduce the reaction. 0.6 moles of sodium bicarbonate reacts fully with sulfuric acid solution. Sulfuric acid solution has 3 moles of sulfuric acid in 900 ml solution. What volume of sulfuric acid solution is needed to fully react with 0.6 moles of sodium bicarbonate? First, understand the question. What is given to us? 0.6 moles of sodium bicarbonate. Now, if you see this reaction, the balanced equation is given to you. Okay. What is happening? 2 moles of sodium bicarbonate is reacting with 1 mole of sulfuric acid to give me 1 mole of sodium sulfate, 2 moles of water and 2 moles of carbon dioxide. This is the reaction. This is the number of moles. जे आपलं बॅलन्सिंगचं कोएफिशियंट आहे, that is the number of moles required. हे कसं फाइंड केलं? 2 NaHCO3 बरोबर 1 H2SO4 रिॲक्ट करतोय. म्हणजे हे जर 2 मोल्स असेल तर हे 1 मोल लागेल. आता आपल्याकडे 0.6 मोल्स सोडियम बायकार्बोनेट आहे. त्याच्याशी कम्प्लिटली रिॲक्ट करायला मला किती मोल सल्फ्युरिक ऍसिड लागेल? त्याच्या अर्ध. That is 0.3 moles of sulfuric acid will be needed. This is my requirement. Now I have a sulfuric acid solution which has 3 moles in 900 ml solution. Volume is 900 and moles is 3. Now they are asking what volume will be required for 0.6 moles. मग 3 moles ला जर 900 ml आहे आणि मला किती मोल हवाय? 0.3 मोल हवाय. म्हणजे किती लागेल? ह्याच्या 1/10 लागेल. म्हणजे व्हॉल्यूम किती लागेल? ह्याच्या 1/10 लागेल. Are you following?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Yes.
Can you repeat?
Yes. Okay. Till what have you understood? 2 moles of NaHCO3 needs 1 mole of H2SO4. So the amount in moles needed of H2SO4 is half the amount of sodium bicarbonate. हे कळलं ह्याच्यावरनं?
Yes.
Is this understood? Yeah. Now what is given to me? 0.6 moles is given to me. 0.6 moles of sodium bicarbonate. So for complete reaction, I will need 0.3 moles of sulfuric acid. Is this clear? Half of sodium bicarbonate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what am I having? I'm having a stock of sulfuric acid which has 3 moles in 900 ml. And I have to utilize 0.3 moles. That is 1/10 of it. So
Yes.
if the number of moles needed is 1/10, will I need the volume also 1/10 of what I have?
Yes.
900 ml has 3 moles. If I need 0.3 moles, how many ml of sulfuric acid I will need? 1/10 of 900. That is 90 ml. Is this
Got it.
understood? Yeah. Okay. This is a very crude way, which is this was given to me by one of our students in my first batch. Formally, how I can do it? I need 0.3 moles of sulfuric acid. Okay. Now, what is given to me? 3 moles in 900 ml. So, my V is 900 ml. My N is 3 moles. So, for 0.3 moles. So, how many moles I'm having? This will be number of moles upon number of liters. That is 3 upon 900 ml. So I multiplied by 1000. So it will be 10 by 3. Molarity of my solution is 10 by 3. And now I know the molarity. I know the number of moles I want. So 10 by 3 is 0.3 upon V into 1000. Then V comes 90 on solving. So first what I'm using, by the formula, I'm finding the molarity of my given solution. Because I know the number of moles, I know the volume, N by V into 1000. So this is the molarity of this stock of my sulfuric acid solution. And now from this, I want 0.3 moles. So the molarity is number of moles upon number of liters. So 10 by 3 is 0.3 upon V into 1000. By solving for V, I get V as 90. This is a formal method, but this is a superb shortcut method, and this is working because exactly 3 आणि 0.3 आहे. इथे जर काहीतरी वेडवाकडं असतं तर आपल्याला त्याचा तो फ्रॅक्शन काढायला लागला असता. सपोज इकडे 0.5 असतं तर मग 3 moles in 900 ml मग 0.5 किती? That would have been a calculation, but this is going more or less oral if you have that smart vision. The 3 moles in 900 ml is 0.3 moles in 90 ml. But this is the formal method. I'm using the same formula. Molarity is moles upon liters. Over here, I know the moles, I know the liters, I'm finding the molarity. I'm putting the same value of molarity here. I know the molarity, I know the moles, I'm finding the liters. Are you following?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So once again, yes, this is not a very easy question, but if you go step by step and the same formula I'm using, all I need to know over here is that 0.6 moles will take 0.3 moles, and then from 0.3 moles, I find the volume to be used. Okay. Now, November 2023, determine the mass of NaOH in grams in 2.5 liters of 0.6 molar NaOH solution. Mass of NaOH in grams. What all is given? For all these questions, step 1 is always write the data. What all is given to us? The volume is given, 2.5. Molarity is given, 0.6. Molar mass of NaOH, I can compute using the useful data. If you know it by heart by now, not a problem. Otherwise, simply add 23 plus 16 plus 1. That gives me molar mass of NaOH. What is the formula? Molarity, mass, molar mass, volume. Out of the 4 variables, I know 3 variables. Can I find the 4th variable by a simple mathematical operation? Same
Yes.
formula. I know 3 values, I have to find the 4th. 2 are given, 1 I can very easily compute and 1 I have to find. So simply putting in formula, provided you know the formula and provided you understand that this formula has to be used over here. Okay. So many questions will be straightforward. You just need to have that vision of putting it and doing the right calculation, not going wrong. The flip side of 0099 type question is that if you get a wrong 2-digit answer, you have no check back. See, in MCQs, you have to get the answer one of the 4 options. So, the only confusing part is की त्या 4च्या बाहेरचं आन्सर जर तुम्हाला आलं ना, तर तुम्हाला नक्की कळतं की आपलं चुकलंय काहीतरी. त्या 4पैकीच काहीतरी आलं समजा आन्सर, तर आणि मग ते जर रॉंग आलं, तर तुमचं रॉंग होऊ शकतं. मिसगाईड होऊ शकता तुम्ही. पण 0099 टाइप मध्ये there are 100 answers possible. All 100 answers can be correct. So if the correct answer is 23, but you get it 36 with your calculation, you have no clue as to why this should be wrong. त्याचं 3 digit आलं, डेसिमल आलं, तर तुम्हाला हिंट येते की अरे असं कसं काहीतरी गडबड आहे. But if you get a wrong 2-digit answer, you don't have any clue that it is wrong. That is the flip side of 0099 type of question. So you have to be on dot. If the answer is in decimal, there will be a clear instruction, write the integer part of the answer. Suppose the answer is coming 23.06. It will be clearly written, write the integer part of your answer is OMR sheet. You will write 23, ignore this 06. So clearly read the instruction that is given to you. From the compounds given below, enter the sum of valencies of all the metals only in the bubble sheet. So this type of listing questions, तुमची एक व्हॅल्यू चुकली ना, तुमचं पूर्ण आन्सर चुकतं. याच्यापैकी एक जरी व्हॅलन्सी तुमची डिटरमाइन करायला चुकली, that is the dangerous part of listing type questions. So you have to get each value correct to get the most correct answer. So Cu2O, Cu valency will be 1. FeO, see it is looking FeO. So some of you may confuse and take it as 1. It is not 2. 1. It is actually 2. It is Fe2O2, but we always write it in the lowest form. So this is valency 2 and not 1. Mg, you will not get confused. Fe2O3, it will be 3. Mg will be 2. Al will be 3. HgI2, Hg will be 2. So the only confusing part can be this. इथे जर का तुम्ही 2 च्या ऐवजी 1 घेतलं तर तुमचा आन्सर येणार 14 आणि देयर इज नो क्लू की हे रॉंग आन्सर आहे. MCQ नाही आहे 0099 टाइप. So is this question easy? Yes. Does it have a trick in it? Yes. So, and if you're not alert, if you get tensed, if you get, what you say, get short of time, you're bound to make these mistakes. आणि मग नंतर अर्र करून काही फायदा नाही. स्ट्रेट तुमचे मार्क -5 होणार आहेत. यू विल गो डाऊन द लॅडर एव्हरी टाइम विथ 5 मार्क्स. A small lack of alertness and you will go down the ladder. A very important tip, keep in mind when you go for the exam, carry a bottle of electrolyte with you. लिंबू सरबत, कोकम सरबत, बाहेरचं इलेक्ट्रोलाइट नको, घरी केलेलं व्यवस्थित गोड खारट आंबट सरबत. जितकं मीठ तुम्हाला टॉलरेट होईल जास्तीत जास्त तेवढं घाला. खूप खारट नको, पण जितकं जास्तीत जास्त मीठ घालता येईल तेवढं घाला. गोड करा, आंबट करा, आमसूल घाला, कोकम घाला किंवा लिंबू सरबत, लिंबू घाला, आवळा घाला, जे काय तुमच्या घरात सरबत असेल ते व्यवस्थित एक बाटली सरबत घेऊन एक्झामला जायचंय. आणि ते सरबत दर 5 मिनिटांनी एक सिप प्यायचंय. Keeping your electrolyte balance of brain is very important to keep yourself fresh till the last minute. 3 तास तुम्हाला पेपर लिहायचा आहे आणि 30 प्रश्न सोडवायचे आहेत, तर हळूहळू तुमची एनर्जी वेन होते. जसजसं तुमचा ब्रेनचा ग्लुकोजचा सप्लाय कमी कमी व्हायला लागतो, तसं ह्या अशा मिस्टेक्स होतात. की तुम्हाला माहिती नाहीये का? हे सगळ्यांना माहिती की इथे एफईची व्हॅलन्सी 2 आहे, पण आपला मेंदू थकतो आणि मग आपण अशा चुका करायला लागतो. तो जर तुम्हाला कमीत कमी थकवायचा असेल आणि शेवटपर्यंत पंप ठेवायचा असेल तुमचं ब्रेन, you should keep giving sodium potassium to your brain. You will not drain down. So very simple but very effective tip that will give you the cutting edge over your peers who will not carry their own sharbat. Tip 1. Tip 2. त्या दिवशी सकाळी कुठलंही गोड किंवा तळकट खायचं नाही, कारण त्याच्याने आपल्याला झोप येते. सोपं वाटतं आपल्याला, पटकन लाडू खाऊन टाकला, पटकन 2 सामोसे खाऊन टाकले, वडे खाऊन टाकले. प्लीज डोंट डू दॅट. दॅट डे मॉर्निंग टेक अ गुड ब्रेकफास्ट that will not starve you to the end, but at the same time it should not make you dizzy. घरी केलेलं काहीही खा. पोळी भाजी खा, पोहे उपमा खा, बॉइल्ड एग खा, फळ खा, काही पण खा. तळकट खाऊ नका. वडे, समोसे, पाव मुळीच खाऊ नका आणि गोड खाऊ नका. लाडू, जिलब्या ते नंतर खा एक्झाम झाले. You will avoid doing such mistakes if you observe these 2 small tips. One point, yes, yes.
So what should we?
Anything. घरी केलेलं पोहे, उपमा, पोळी भाजी, थेपला, इडली सांबार, बॉइल्ड एग,
Okay,
फ्रूट,
okay.
दूध, पोळी भाजी, वरण भात, मस्त तूप पीठ लिंबू घालून घरी केलेलं खा, बाहेरचं काही खा.
Okay, okay.
त्याच्यानंतर 1 point, it's already 9 o'clock, but can we continue for another 5-10 minutes? 4, 5, बरेच questions. भरपूर questions आहेत. Okay. See, whatever questions I can finish, I will finish. Rest we will continue in the next class. I will send the PDF of this. So the rest of the questions, because I've already put the solution, you can see the solution, and whichever questions you don't understand, you can ask me next time. I don't mind giving you a 4th session also. हे 3 sessions आपण formally design केलेले आहेत. But suppose you feel that, ma'am, we need one more session, we can always arrange it. We are all on the group, we can discuss. Okay. Now, 1.125 moles of carbon dioxide is produced on thermal decomposition of 150 gram of impure calcium carbonate. The purity of calcium carbonate is what percent? Purity of calcium carbonate. This is question number 8 of 2024, if I'm not wrong, whatever. Now see, everyone knows this reaction. Calcium carbonate gives CaO plus CO2. 1 mole of CaCO3 gives 1 mole of CO2. What is given? 1.125 moles of CO2. Okay. And 150 gram of impure CaCO3. आता 1.125 मोल ऑफ CO2 जर प्रोड्यूस होत असेल तर 1.125 मोल ऑफ CaCO3 यूज होतोय. If 1 mole of carbon dioxide is produced, 1 mole of CaCO3 is used. If 1.125 mole of carbon dioxide is produced, 1.125 mole of calcium carbonate is used, which will be 75% of the given value. 150 gram of impure is 1.5 mole. पण जर 1.125 मोल यूज होत असेल, that is 112.5 grams of calcium carbonate, which is 75%. म्हणजे याच्यातलं 75% यूज होत आहे. So the purity of calcium carbonate is 75%. Is the understanding. Is that clear? Now, 9.8, 9 into 10 raised to 25 atoms are present in how many moles of water, as we discussed just now? That 1 mole of water will have 6 into 10 raised to 23 into 3. That is 18 into 10 raised to 23 atoms in 1 mole. Then 9 into 10 raised to 25 will have how much? How many moles? 10 raised to 25 झालं म्हणजे into 10 into 10 झालं अजून. That will be 50 moles of water. Simple mathematics आहे. If you are able to find the number of atoms in 1 mole, then how many moles will be there for these many atoms? Simple mathematical calculation. With the simple understanding of computing number of atoms from number of moles. Okay, now I have listed, see, these are a few miscellaneous questions. So they will not come particularly under any topic that we are discussing. So these are the miscellaneous questions for which you need to know the reaction. If you know the reaction, what is simply asked over here is molar mass of the salt and enter the value of x by 2. So here you must know this reaction of fire extinguisher. That is all. त्यातलं काहीही दिलेलं नाही आणि फक्त दिलाय chemical reaction of regular fire extinguisher, a salt is produced. So you must know this reaction in the textbook. You must know that this is a salt. You're simply finding its molar mass, and because it is more than 100, it is asked to write x by 2. So if you know the reaction, you know the answer. Okay. We will stop for today. I will share this PDF with you. You can go through these solutions. Again, you must know the bleaching powder reaction. 1 mole of carbon dioxide. What is the amount of bleaching powder? 1 mole. So you must know this reaction by heart. And you know the answer. Okay. Then you must know the number of water of crystallization molecules in each of this theory based question. Green vitriol मध्ये किती आहेत, ब्लू मध्ये किती आहेत, आलम मध्ये किती आहेत, वॉशिंग सोडा मध्ये किती आहेत, and you're simply adding those values 5 plus 7 plus 10 plus 24 and that is giving you the answer. So these are theory based questions for which you must know. Count the number of substances that have pH more than 7. These are the list given to you in which they are giving you the substances that are acidic and basic. What is the meaning of pH more than 7? Alkaline substances. So out of these, which are acids, the remaining are alkalis. Count their number. Again, this is a list type question. एक जरी तुमचा इकडचा इकडे गेला तर तुमचा आन्सर चुकणार आहे. So this list comes from 8th standard, 9th standard. Simply, you know that there are 5 substances which have pH more than 7. यातला एक जरी तुमचा त्या साईडला गेला तर तुमचा आन्सर 5चं 4 होणार, मार्क 5चे 0 होणार. So very careful reading of the textbook is needed. हा आपण ऑलरेडी चेक केलेला आहे. Already आलाय वरती हा क्वेश्चन is repeated. All right. So let us stop for today. What I will do is I will share this PDF and I will share the past year questions that have appeared on periodic table and mole concept. That will be your homework for Saturday. And start reading the textbooks. आता तुम्हाला हा feel कळला का की how differently you need to read the same textbook. Textbook is same, your perspective of reading should change. Don't read it with the perspective of board-like questions. Write the definition, mechanical questions, not a single mechanical question will be asked. Every question will tap your understanding. Every question will tap your application. One concept will be picked from some 9th standard reaction, one concept picked from some 10th standard reaction or 10th standard combined question designed on that. So if you know that, and if you connect that, you can do the question. Every question will check your capacity to apply, capacity to cognize, capacity to analyze. All right. That is how start reading the questions. We will meet again on Saturday with another 2-3 important topics. Same theme we will go. We will take a topic. We will discuss the required theory and we will do the questions based on that. And I will give you the past year questions. And I will also give you a paper on Saturday, which you will write Sunday morning. Keep a slot empty, 1 hour slot empty to write your chemistry paper and prepare before that. Don't open the paper unless you are ready to write it. Okay? Anything
Yeah.
anyone wants to ask?
No.
Fine? Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll send the papers immediately. Past year questions immediately.
Yes.
And today's PDF.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye.